Hey guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, it is basically the continuation of last week's video. That was in the last video we had talked about team element of your team project, and in today's video we are going to get into details of personal element. So basically we are majorly focusing on the assessment criterias, and we are also focusing on what are you expected to do with respect to the Cambridge syllabus. So whatever I'm going to share here in this particular video is break down Cambridge syllabus copy and explain you all in detail as in what you're supposed to do for your personal element, which carries 45 marks in your team project. Myself Karishma, and in this particular channel my major focus is teaching you to learn better, and that's what we are focusing on. It's not only for a particular subject or a particular board. Of course we are currently focusing majorly on IGCSE, but my ultimate goal is to make sure that you guys learn better. Okay, so moving on to my screen right now, we are going to talk about personal element that comes under team project. Okay, and another important thing is looking at how your global perspective syllabus looks like. What you will be assessed on in global perspective. So the first thing that you will be assessed on is your written exam, which carries 70 marks, which is component 1. Individual report that carries 60 marks, that is component 2. I have made a separate video on the same. This particular discussion is majorly focusing on 2025 to 2027. Now moving to the overview of your team project. So team project carries 70 marks, which is 35% of your total score. In today's video we are going to focus on personal element that comes under team project. Team element I have covered in my previous video. I have shared the link in the description below. Please do check that out. It's also assessment objectives. So there are 3 major assessment objectives that Cambridge examiners look at to assess the students. So the first assessment objective is research, analysis and evaluation. The second assessment objective is reflection, and the third one is communication and collaboration. I have discussed about assessment objectives in detail in the in the video of team project overview. Please go and check that out. Topics, these are the topics that you have to cover. We can choose any one topic out of these for your team project. Okay. Now, important terms which are used in this particular subject, that is issue. Issue is an important subject or problem for discussion. Perspective, a viewpoint on an issue based on evidence and reasoning. Research, a systematic study of global issue to find evidence and develop understanding. Evidence is information about a global issue that helps to develop understanding or prove that something is true or false. Argument is a series of statements containing reasons and evidence which support a claim about a global issue. Now I have explained these terms in detail in when I had started with the global perspective, the team project and the individual report. So what I would request all of you to do is, if you want to know everything in detail with respect to these words and how to utilize it, please try to watch at least that part of the video. I'm not going to utilize this video for the discussion on the same because that would be too repetitive. Moving on to the next part, that is your team project. Team project, as I discussed about the same, carries 70 marks. 35 marks is for team element and 25 marks, 25 marks is for team element and 45 marks is for personal element that we are going to discuss in today's video. Now, the personal element is nothing but a reflective paper. As I mentioned before, personal element stands for your personal learnings based on the project that you have done with your team. So it is unique to each one of you. It carries 45 marks. Each candidate submits individual reflective paper of 750 to 1000 words, and you should not exceed 1000 words. The reflective paper is written in continuous text. It should be structured and easy to follow. The candidate may use subheadings for clarity. Okay. Subheadings like global perspective, national perspective, local perspective, evaluation of sources, action taken, then our planning, delegation of work. These are some examples of subheadings that you can utilize in the reflective paper. Candidates should present a summary of their own research findings and how these were or were not used in the team project. So you have to talk about your own research and findings, even if they are not utilized in the team project. That is absolutely okay, but you have to write your personal experiences. Reflect on their own learning from the whole experience of the team project, including the learning about the issue and teamwork and what they learned about themselves. So I understood that my strength is so and so. Initially we were not agreeing on so and so topic or discussing on so and so topic, and then you moved to the part wherein you are discussing about what exactly you have learned in the team project. Evaluate how effective the action they carried out was and how effectively they worked with their teams. So how well you have coordinated, how your decisions or your action helped other, how you worked on yourself while doing the team project. Maybe I was not a very good collaborator, but I worked on that aspect because that is one of the important areas for working in a team. All of these things should be discussed separately in your team project. So to just summarize, you talk about your findings, you talk about your learnings, and you talk about your actions. These are the three areas you talk about for your reflective paper. If the word limit is exceeded, of course, you are not marked beyond 1000 words. Okay. Now, personal element has 45 marks. Use table E to give 10 marks. So, 10 marks, I am going to discuss different assessment criteria, or we can say a small checklist, which you have to keep in mind while writing the paper. So 10 mark goes to table E. So this is your table E. Then up to 15 mark is dedicated for table F. This is your table F. And table G for 10 marks. So table G comes here. That is personal element. This reflection and all carries 10 marks. And then you have the last one, which again carries 10 marks. Okay, table H, AO3, AO2, AO2 and AO1. So these are the assessment objective, and how they are going to assess you based on that. Let's have a look at it now. Personal element, table E, evaluation of action 4 marks, evaluation of own teamwork 4 marks, evaluation of own task performance 2 marks. Okay, 2 developed points, evaluating how successfully the action addressed the issue. Focus on this. Okay, now here you talk about evaluation of action and you have to write 2 points. To develop, when I say develop, what do you mean by that? This is basically what is your point, put forth your point. Give the specific and relevant information about the point. Specific. Okay, and these are you could add one example also. So this will help you to frame the developed point. This is something, it is not written anywhere. Based on my experience, I am trying to help you out that how you can write developed points. Then evaluation of own teamwork, which carries 4 marks. 2 developed points, evaluating how successfully the candidate works with other team member. And the last one, see how clearly they have broken down what exactly they want in your personal element, and that is what you are supposed to follow. And the last is, which is 2 marks, evaluation of own task or performance. So here you are supposed to write 1 point. So how many points you write? 1, 2, so 4, 5 points for this, which will give you how many marks? 4 plus 4, 8 and 10 marks. So you write 5 points for that. Now personal element, that is table F, which carries 15 marks. So what are you learning from research, including, even if you have not included those learnings in your team project, that is absolutely okay, but what are your learnings? So while you are doing the team project, you should be noting down the points then and there, and that will help you to frame a very good personal element. Okay, Detailed and explicit reflection on how their understanding of the issue has been influenced by research and different perspectives explored. Learning about own skills, strengths and weaknesses. Detailed and explicit, they have very clearly mentioned, need not describe in detail, but explicitly you have to talk about what are your own strengths, weaknesses and what you have learned from the team. And reflection on own performance. Detailed, explicit and relevant suggestion for how they could have improved the performance. So this is, you have to evaluate your team project and see that what you could have done better, and then you have to talk about it. So from all four of you, if there are 4 people in the team, they can talk about different perspective. So your perspective will be different. So each one of you will give different areas of improvement in your team project. Now personal element, that is table G. Here it carries 10 mark, and you talk about the benefits and challenges of teamwork. So of course there must be a lot of challenges that you must have faced while doing the team project. That is, might be you were not able to come to conclusion unanimously, or you were not able to decide on a particular part. So one of the person was not contributing enough. You felt that you were working too hard but others are not, and how did you motivate others to make sure, and you made sure that they are participating equally in the team project. The delegation of work, some part of work was not accepted by others. They were like, no, I don't want to do this, do that, whatever. All of these things comes under the challenges. And what are the benefits? Benefits could be we were able to finish it faster. We enjoyed the process of working on this project because we were able to meet often. We were able to go out. We were able to maybe interact and communicate with each other, and we were exposed to different perspectives. These could be the benefits. Reflection on possible improvements for teamwork. So detailed and explicit suggestion on how team could have worked more effectively or could work more effectively in future, linked to the clear examples. Examples again over here also, as well as here. You have to give some small examples or anecdotes, not to be specific anecdotes, not in detail, but just give an example of what happened and how. Personal element, that is table H, carries 10 marks, which gives you marks the clarity of communication, how clearly you have written and well structured papers. So what is structure? Simply follow these what is it? Starts from E, F, G and G. Follow that. That will give you good structure. Communication of research, a clear summary of their own research findings into issue or a perspective on it and how this influenced the project, with citations and references where appropriate. Citations are important. Please do the needful. Make sure you are citing the document. And so basically in global perspective, you have to cite very well, and that is very, very important. That brings me to the end of this video. I hope this video was helpful for you all. And one thing that I want to tell you is, whatever I am discussing in this video is directly picked up from the syllabus. So even if you open your syllabus copy, go through it in detail, you will still be able to understand what I'm talking about. In case if you have any queries or comments, you can ping us on Karishma Attar's Institute's Instagram handle, or if you want to ask here down in the comment, that is also absolutely okay. And from the next class, I'm going to start with a written paper. So please check my community post. I will be updating which paper I'll be referring to in the lectures, so that you guys can go through the paper well in advance. And when I upload the lessons, you are able to relate to what I'm talking. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.